Top of the morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Measy Show. I'm your hostess with the mostest. Now, before we begin, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you got something to say, leave me a comment. Engage with me, I'll engage with you. So, apparently, Steve Harvey's wife was busted out for cheating on him with his bodyguard, right? Now, we know she's not a good, I know she's not a good woman. I did a whole bunch of research on this hoe. And, yeah, she's a slimy, right? Anyway, so look, he comes out with a statement. Steve Harvey came out with a statement saying, as many of you know, my wife, I recently discovered my wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, Marjorie Elaine Harvey, is having an affair with my personal security because she's a hoe, blah, blah, blah. And he goes on, right? Okay, so I did a little research on Marjorie Harvey. So first and foremost, let me say, for a woman that doesn't have nothing going on prior to Steve, before Steve, she was just whatever, right? She was nobody. She was nothing. She was just a bop. You get what I'm saying? So Steve, he's worth, I didn't really look it up, but probably a few $100 million at this point. He puts you on like you're nothing. You would be in the situation as anybody else if this man didn't really take you in and put you on to a lot of different. He made things possible for you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't make nothing possible for him. You didn't even give him any children, Marjorie. You never gave him any children. To this day, they have no biological children. He adopted their kids. Lori and all that, that's not even Steve's daughter, right? Morgan, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure these are not Steve's children. So, yeah, so they got married in 2007, but let's just start from the beginning. So, Marjorie, she'd been married like 3 times, right? So, Marjorie's ex-husband wrote a book, right? So in it, he details the whole get down of what happened with them. So, his name was Jim Townsend, right? Jim Townsend was a dope dealer, right? He was making his little money selling dope. He probably did all right because he was looking at life in the penitentiary. So, at the age of 18, she connected with Jim. Marjorie connected with Jim, and he was 18 years her senior, or 18 or 19 years her senior. Jim was already married, so he was cheating on his wife with Marjorie, who was a nice little fresh young thing. Okay, Marjorie stopped taking birth control to try to get pregnant, so Jim would leave his wife, and she got pregnant, and he left his wife. So, which, who knows, his wife might have hung out for a little bit long. Anyway, Jim later was facing a conviction, and this would cause Marjorie to jump ship. Okay, so now this is the first one. This is the first one right here. So he's facing some substantial time. She's like, I'm out of here, right? She's gone, right? So, granted, it was a lot of time, but the fact that you don't wait around, that says something right there. Okay, so they were actually both being investigated. So that leads me to believe that Marjorie was somehow involved or whatever. But anyway, he ended up taking the charge and he got life in prison. He only served 26 years in prison before President Obama, shout out Obama, pardoned him. He was sentenced to life, but, he caught that break. So, yeah. And so it was some sort of a dope case, just for the record. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, when Obama signed some laws dropping all the crack house minimums and all that stuff, maybe that was in that. But anyway, meanwhile, around this time, Steve Harvey marries his first wife in 1980. She says that, according to her name was Mary, I don't know her maiden name, but Mary Harvey, right? So this is 1980. This is many years ago, bro. This is about 43 years ago. She says that Steve was cheating on her and whipping on her, and, maybe he was. He was a young man then, maybe he had that fire in his eye, whatever. So, Marjorie met Steve in 1990, right? But it was just a little fling. He just probably beat her, clapped her little cakes back, you feel me? And he was back on the road. He forgot all about her. And he later on says like, it was my purpose, blah, blah, blah. He just wanted to smack. Like, let's just be real. Okay, so, he's back on the road. So in 2005, they ran across each other again. This time, Steve's divorce was complete, right? So his divorce from Mary was complete. So just, you see how Steve is taking care of, like, yeah, okay, maybe he whipped her. Maybe he cheated a little bit, but you see how he's taking care of, like, it's funny when you look at this caliber of woman, bro, what she wants. So anyway, meanwhile, Marjorie decided to get her former husband, Jim Townsend's, so it's Marjorie, right? Steve Harvey's ex-wife. As if it wasn't enough, you get dig what I'm saying? As if it wasn't enough to mess with Jim Townsend, wait till he get locked up, dip on him. You couldn't find anybody else. You had to find his cousin. You had to go get with his cousin and have a baby with his cousin. So that means your children are cousins and brothers or sisters, right? So she got with his cousin, Jim Townsend, and had a kid. She got with Jim Townsend's cousin, whose name is Darnell Woods. They had a child. Darnell was also a dope dealer. He also got locked up, and she also left his ass too. Okay, so that's just two dudes. As soon as something happens, boom, 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 right? You're out of there, right? You're not playing any games. You don't want to wait around. You're in it for what you can get in it, right? You want some money. You're trying to bubble off of these individuals, off of these men that are unsuspecting. They just, you just want to be along. I hate women like you. I hate women like you. I despise women like you. So notice this trend though. 2 dope dealer husbands, 2 babies' dads. She's basically looking for a high-priced man and won't wait around or be loyal or have any type of obligations past what she's just gonna tell these men what they want to hear in their face, and then So apparently Marjorie, so she marries Steve, and mind you, this woman is not young. Marjorie was born in 1964, bro. Okay, 1964. She's 59 years old. She's not a spring chicken anymore, and she's still cheating. She's still trying to upgrade. But here's the thing: Steve Harvey's bodyguard doesn't have more money than him, right? I feel like she's already up at this point. And also, it's worth pointing out, now maybe she doesn't really need Steve. Why doesn't she need Steve? Because Steve made it possible for her to be worth $50 million. She has $50 million of her own money. That's not his. He put her in position, and now you get what I'm saying? This is why when people, why don't you do this? This is why men don't, especially men like me. I'm not like, look, if I sense any type of thirst, any type of anything that seems usury type of way, I clam up immediately. Bam! I'm like a clam. Like I'm not doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, yeah. So she's worth $50 million on her own. And that was made possible by Steve, right? You didn't have no money before that. You know what I'm saying? But you cheating on this man. Like, at least just go your own way. Well, first of all, you need to just people like this, it's always going to be bad. In the long run, something bad is going to happen to this woman. You know what I'm saying? In the long run, something bad will happen to this woman. Because why? The one and only, he don't forget. You understand me? We might forget. The one and only, he don't forget. You doing some slimy, sticky backdoor, you know what I'm saying, being like a little opportunist, whatever someone can do for you at the time type situation, using this guy, using that guy, he's done, bam, I'm going to get his money. He'll marry his cousin. You know what I'm saying? He got something for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala got something for you. So look, she starts messing around with William Big Boom Freeman. That is Steve Harvey's bodyguard, right? I guess he's like a former pimp or something. He mentions this on his website. Look here. So this what makes this, to me, I feel like this might be her demise right here, actually. So Big Boom Freeman, he's a bodyguard to celebrities. He even wrote a book talking about keep your legs closed or something, but then he's in smacking Steve Harvey's wife. You know what I'm saying? So Big Boom, being a former pimp, he got a little game for him. She worth $50 million. I really doubt that Big Boom is he might have $1 million or $2 million, but even then, I don't know. But he's a pimp, bro. He's a P. He's looking at her $50 million like, Oh, hey, baby, what's happening? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So he's zooming in on her, and she probably just tired of Steve. I don't know what it is about Steve. She probably just trying to use him in the first place, or whatever. So I hate women like that, man. I don't like women like that. Anyway, now Marjorie Harvey is looking for a lucrative match for her daughter Lori. She's the kind of woman that will tell your kid, marry for money. Marry the man who can take care of you, not the man that you love. But check this out, bro. Love is powerful, right? And good intentions are powerful. So if you have good intentions, your intentions are blessed from the beginning. As a woman, you could, that person who maybe you love, that's a good person, right? Like Steve, he looked out for you. You know what I'm saying? He looked, yeah, okay, maybe he slapped his wife or he cheated. Okay, he was probably in his late 20s at the time. You looking at the overall picture. You, Marjorie. Yeah, that's how you know you're old. Your name's Marjorie. Who have you met named Marjorie that's like under 50? I don't even think I met anybody under 60 named Marjorie. You know, so you might have been born in 1963 instead of 64, because damn. Anyway, man, this is pretty just disgusting. She took this opportunity that he awarded her over the period of all these years. Mind you, none of these children that they have, so there's 3 kids, Lori, Morgan, and I forget the other one's name. None of these 3 children are Steve's children. None of these 3 children are Steve's children. You get what I'm saying? So she got Jim Townsend, who wrote a book about her, right? Then what's his name? Darnell Woods, who's Jim Townsend's cousin, who she also had a child with. So they're siblings and cousins. Ooh, she's slimy. That's crazy. Anyway, and then you got Steve. But Steve did not father any of these children. He adopted them. You get what I'm saying? He accepted them as his own. So he took in your children, took in your dusty little ass. You know what I'm saying? You just a little dusty little, hello, old Marjorie. And we're going to have to call you something for short if you're trying to be sexy. We're going to call you something. I don't know. That don't even sound, that sounds like I'm talking to somebody's grandma or something. Marjorie. Right? So anyway. So, yeah, bro. You're just not a good woman. That's what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? You're not a good woman. You're obviously out for what someone can do for you, and once the person does something for you, you put yourself in the best position. You want to be out of there. You understand? But see, I feel like this situation with what's my boy name? Big Boom, William Freeman. I feel like this situation is gonna backfire on you. You know, I feel like it really is. I feel like I feel like he's gonna probably scrape you for some tickets, and oh baby, look, we're gonna start this business. And might he even stay with you? Who knows? But you think that? Let's just be real. Do you think he's gonna mess with you if you broke? Do you think that he's gonna mess with you if you're broke, you have nothing, and you're gonna lean on him? No, he's not. Why would he do that? Why? You know what I'm saying? Come on, you need to use your brain. Anyway, man, women like this, it's unfortunate, but they're paving the way for the next group of women like this. It's unfortunate. You see, she's trying to groom her daughter to find a lucrative match. Instead of marrying for love, don't marry for love, don't marry for loyalty, don't marry to have a family. Now you're marrying for a lucrative match. You want somebody that's a millionaire. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, Lori's a millionaire already of her own. So there's a lot of millionaires. But yeah. Anyway, man, it's pretty disgusting if I'm being honest. But this is the situation with Steve Harvey. It's unfortunate, man. Shouts out to Steve, whatever. He went through a lot of stuff over this woman. He got sued over this woman by his ex-wife, Mary. Talking about, oh, he was draping her in lavish royalty and I was broke. But I mean, well, if he left you, he left you. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, man, that's just what it is, bro. This is what it is, bro. And it's sad, but it is what it is. So hopefully, Marjorie will get struck by lightning and something will happen to her and she'll learn her lesson. Or maybe this, not even that. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, William Big Boom Freeman hit her with that big boom, scraped that account, you understand me, for $49,999,099, whatever. Damn near take all her little bread. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all watching. Salute. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm gone.